Okay, welcome. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you for all of your love, your support. Thank you for joining me today. Um, if you watch me on a regular basis, you know that I have a lot on my plate, and so therefore, I don't get to do the weekly readings or anything as much as I would like, and I'm kind of going through a transitional phase, and I'm thinking, wow, it's eclipse season. Like, and it's so magical this year because we have three eclipses. Usually you have two eclipses for the season. You have the solar eclipse, then you would have the lunar eclipse. But this year we have the solar, well, we just had the solar eclipse. Then we'll have the lunar eclipse on July the 27th, I believe. And then come August the 11th, we will have another solar eclipse. And I thought, we're in such powerful energy this year. Being a collective 11 year, 2018, 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 8 is 11. So 11 is the justice card. 11 is bringing in the balance. The 11 is making the hard decisions, making the hard commitments, making the hard choices, giving 110%, walking and talking with integrity, acting with integrity, being committed to yourself, your dreams, your goals, and your desires. And when we can do these things, when we can focus on that energy and move ourselves in that direction, magical, beautiful successes that you can't even imagine can come out of this kind of energy. So this year has been a very magical year. We have other transits still coming in the mix for the year of magic entering our lives, these moments of magic. So, and a couple of things I've noticed about the energy. One is that the numerology for the day for July the 12th was a 3. And then I think for the lunar eclipse, it's a 9. So that, and nines are all about endings and completions. And then the new solar eclipse in August, forget the fact that it's on the 11th and we're in the 11 years, so it's a double 11 energy for us. But it also boils down to a 3 again. And the 3 is the Empress. So it is all about our new beginnings, our new starts, the birthing of an idea, a plan, a goal, a dream, a desire. Now, also the solar eclipse in August, the numerology is actually a 30, and you rarely get a 30 number or 30 energy for a daily. So the 30 energy alone, even the worst kind of things are beautiful, are magical, are wonderful. There's success sprinkled everywhere in your lives. It's a time to celebrate. It's a time to rejoice. It's a time to say, I've got this. It's a time to plant those new seeds and to grow forward. Tapping yourself into your creativity with the 30 energy, tapping yourself into the creativity, your self-expression will just take you to the next level. So it's really about being true with yourself, to yourself. So I thought I would do each of the signs, and I just kind of wanted to kind of give that front for everybody, so that when I do the eclipse season videos for you individually, now the sun, the moon, and the ascendant, you should be checking all three. Okay. The sun is your outward, your deepest goals in life, what's important to you, how people view you, how you want people to view you, your goals, your dreams, your desires, your outward world. The moon is your emotion. How do you express yourself? How do you respond to things emotionally? And where can you grow emotionally? Where can you strengthen yourself emotionally? And then the ascendant is relationships, partnerships. So you want to know all of that when you are looking at these eclipses, and you need to view them individually, yes, but you also need to view them as a collective energy because they're building up upon each other. So a solar eclipse is a time of new beginnings, new chapters, new starts, new visions of your tomorrows, planting the seeds. So that's a new moon. A full moon, and the energy will last up to 4 weeks. A full moon is a time for completion, endings, healing, seeing where we are, seeing where we want the new beginnings and what has held us back. And that energy will last up to 4 weeks. So, but a solar eclipse or a lunar eclipse will last up to 6 months. Now, I think the Leo energy kind of supersedes the Cancer energy to some degree, because it is the final eclipse going forward before we hit the fall. So we have to look at all 3 areas and how we can walk towards our new beginnings, our new starts, our goals, our dreams, our desires, growing relationships deeper, traveling, education, groups and friends, our service to others, our destiny perhaps. What type of healing or closure do we need in our life? What kind of completion do we need? Learning more about ourselves. And I think the Cancer eclipse was a lot about learning a little bit about ourselves, knowing that we don't need to control everything. It was the sun and the moon opposing Pluto during this. So Pluto is the one that, Pluto, you have to ask yourself, how can I grow? How can I grow through deepening my own self-knowledge? Seeing where I react, seeing where I try and control, seeing where I might have a goal in mind, but it's not for the highest good. It has an underlying of manipulation or wanting to keep things the same, or stubborn, or jealousy might be driving my goal. Wanting to show off, wanting to let my ego shine instead of my heart shine. So where does that happen in my life? And I think throughout the course of the next 4 weeks, we'll be given glimpses of, now, why are you in the situation? And what is it trying to teach you about yourself? We come to the lunar eclipse. And that is more about groups and friends and social causes, humanitarian ideas, global awareness, and yes, ideas in general, inventive imagination, creativity. I think Mars is very close, if not exact, with this full moon. And so it's in retrograde. I would have to think that we are looking at how to go forward, of breaking through the wall, of knocking the wall down, so kind of watch your anger, back it up, think it out, whatever you want to say, whatever you want to do. Don't let that knee-jerk reaction come through. Mars is always wanting to go forward. Mars is our warrior. And Pluto, Pluto was the Cancer. That's our inner warrior being awoken with Pluto retrograde. Mars retrograde, we are walking back over some of our steps, some of our actions, or lack of action. And so we need to analyze what didn't allow a closure in my life, what didn't allow an ending in my life. Where am I fighting that healing that could come into my life and open up new doors and new ways of looking at things, new perceptions. And then we have the Leo. solar eclipse. And we have that 1111 energy. We've got that 30 energy. We've got the 3 energy of the Empress. Leo is our play. Leo is our romance. Leo is, getting up on that soapbox and saying, this is who I am and I love me for it. This is tapping into your creativity, sharing yourself through self-expression, creativity, recreation. But it's very much a me kind of energy. So throughout this solar eclipse to lunar eclipse and then back to the solar eclipse, and I failed to mention that Cancer, it was in our 4th house, right? That's family and home and heritage and foundations. So we'll probably be looking over the next couple of weeks, especially a little bit more towards our immediate home life, our family, our close friends, our allies, our close allies that we trust, that we lean on for support, that give us support, that give us encouragement. Our tribes, our clans, our foundations. And then it moves into more of a collective energy of groups of people, our humanitarianism, our social causes, our global awareness, and yes, our creativity and how we can use our creativity, our inventiveness in order to not only touch our life, our close family lives, but the collective. And then we move into Leo, which is that me center, that I am. That's the sun. It's ruled by the sun. Once again, what's our deepest goals? What's our deepest dreams? And how do we go forward? And we spent time contemplating home, family, foundations, groups, friends, global. And then we finally get to planting our seeds, which is our goals, our dreams, what we want in our life. So I'm going to do a reading for each of you, and stay tuned because it should, if I figure out how to edit properly, it should be coming on now. But in case I mess up, remember, I do love you. Welcome, Capricorn. This is eclipse season. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly, just in case I don't get this edited properly. And thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Let's turn to the cards and see how we are going to walk sure-footed through this eclipse season, what we need to concentrate on, where we need to put our focus. Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles is all about the balance. Right away I thought, well, the full moon, the lunar eclipse in Aquarius is your 2nd house. So are we trying to find the balance? What is really, your definition of worth? It could be money, it could be material wealth, it could be that you put love as more important than any kind of money. Or maybe it's more about the doing rather than the reward for doing. And it's the balance. And I would think with Capricorn, you get your value for what you do, but I'm almost thinking that you don't. Or you don't feel that you are paid what you're worth or treated with the respect that you should be given, or there's this balance here that really is going on. I'm getting this card kind of in a weird way because I don't usually get this message. It is about balance and it is about imbalance. That much. We're trying to juggle two ends here, and one eventually is going to fall. We look like we're looking up, going, okay, so which one do I drop now? Just tell me, which one do I drop? The waters are rough behind you. The clouds symbolize the heavens having your back. There's a bit of courage that is needed, but it's almost like a sun energy. I kind of get the oranges in that. I get the yellow going through it. So what's best for you when it comes to your worth, your value? Are you underselling yourself? Do you not think you are worthy or deserving of, I got a little tiny bug here, not worthy or deserving of more than what you are already getting? Do you think like, wow, I'm so lucky because other people have less than me? Because everybody should have more. Everybody should have exactly what they feel comfortable with. Do you need either? Maybe it's a whole new direction you want to go. Because the Leo solar eclipse is really about change, transformation, death and rebirth. So I think you're weighing things out here a lot in your life. And yes, it has something to do with money or shared money, value and worth, material goods, assets. Could also, the first solar eclipse was about relationships, partnerships, alliances, and where you are planting some new seeds, where you are growing new relationships, where you are renewing relationships. And then you move to the full moon of the lunar eclipse of what really brings me happiness, what really brings me joy, what really makes me feel worthy and raises my self-esteem. And it could be monetary, it could be assets, it could be your toys, or it could be something completely different, more of the heart or more spiritual. Maybe it's just your good health. If you had that, you have everything, in your opinion. Six of Cups. There's going to be a lot of looking backwards here. There's going to be a lot of nostalgia, maybe, something coming back into your life that hasn't been present for a long time. And I'm not going to, it could be an old lover, an old flame, an old friend. It could be a passion or a dream that you once had, or an old business that you had, coming back in some way, some form. Maybe the actual, or maybe a reminder of that time, to take you back and teach you something about that time. Because you're going to need that information going forward. Are you going to attach to something that was from your past and move forward with it? We have death and birth, rebirth. And so many people go, oh no, not death and rebirth. That's a horrible eclipse because I don't want any deaths in my life. I'm trying to go forward. But we always view that as things being taken out of our life that we don't want taken out of our life, rather than finally that's going to leave my life. So if you've been looking for a job forever and a day, then wouldn't it be great to have the death of poverty, the anxiety of worrying how you were going to eat, how you were going to maybe care for somebody else, how you were going to make it to the next month or the next day or the next hour, to I've got money, the birth of I've got money, I'm getting a paycheck, I'm being valued. So look at the things that you don't want in your life and say, okay, it's going. Because this new, beautiful birth can happen. And that is so, so potent for you on August the 11th. And remember, it's a 30 energy, first of all. You don't get 30 energy if you add up the day, right? August the 11th, 2018. If you add that up, it comes to a 30. You just don't get 30s when it comes to the numerology of the day. So it's a rarity. And the 30 I know both solar eclipses have the 3 energy, but they both mean very different things because on July the 12th, that was a 21 energy. That was the World card. So a 30 energy is celebrating the successes that you have had in your life, celebrating you, and knowing that whatever seeds you plant right now will be successful. You take that raised vibration and plant those seeds, and you're off to the races. And you have it in death and rebirth, growth, change, transformation. So you're kind of like in the cocoon stage of the butterfly stage. And knowing that you're going to be a butterfly ahead of time, well, probably get you to get yourself out of that cocoon even faster than you would normally do it. We have the Nine of Wands, the accumulation of paths, bringing it together, grabbing that new wand and saying, I'm going forward. I've got my red cloak of courage on. I've got my brown pants, so I know I'm grounded. The sun is rising behind me, offering me a new day. I am still in shadow, so I'm not going to just run out there. But I got to hear, and I've gained wisdom. I've gained knowledge. I trust my intuition more. I trust me more. I love me more. I'm ready to go forward. For work, career, what defines you? We have the Nine of Cups, and we have the Ace of Swords. That's two magnificent cards. Now, I always say work and career, what defines you? Because if we were to meet, I would say, tell me about yourself. And you would probably tell me what you do for a living, work or career. Most of you would. But on occasion, people tell me about what they do in the community, or their home and family. Some tell me about their spirituality. Some tell me about their health, their well-being. So what defines you? What you do in the community? What defines you? Now, the Ace of Swords is like, that is like new moon affirmations on steroids, and it is coupled with the wish card. So, new moon affirmations every day, whenever you can, all day. Make it a practice when you get out of bed. Make it a practice when you brush your teeth. Make it a practice when you are cooking supper. Make it a practice when you are getting ready to go to sleep. Make it a practice when you're driving down the road. Make it a practice when you're opening the window. Now, I do have a video for new moon affirmations, and it's in the link in the little description box, wherever that might be. And I did it kind of like an outline for you. So if you want to listen to it every day, by all means, and talk along with it. But my hope, my wish is that you actually listen to it with a pen and paper and write down some things that really gravitate to you, and make your own new moon and daily affirmations from it. Or maybe it's a mission statement. Maybe it's a mantra. But this is a time to send your wishes, your goals, your dreams, your desires up to God, your angels, your spirit guides, source, the universe, whatever you call that beautiful divine energy that surrounds us all. And then expect it. And then expect it. The wish card is beautiful because the wish card says just say it. It'll show up. What do you want? Your dreams will come true. The Ace of Swords is the deepest part of your soul, your heart, and taking those dreams, those wishes, those wants, those desires up to the heavens. And of course, yes, we'll have to work okay? Because we are in the 11 energy, and I mean August the 11th, there's an 11, and then 2018 is 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 8 is an 11, so we got that double 11 energy, that magic that can appear so long as we make a commitment to ourselves and move forward every day upon our commitment. And yes, writing down the plan and revising the plan is acting on the commitment. So that's very magical energy for you. We have, for love and relationships, look at this, the Four of Cups with the King of Wands. Well, it's time to get grateful about the people that surround you in your life and put some passion back into that relationship. Now, love and relationship, who do you love? Who are you in relationships with? It could be a lover, a soulmate. It could be a grandparent, a parent, a child, a sibling, a best friend, somebody close to you in the community or the neighborhood. Maybe even somewhere in the world. You're still best friends after all these years, but you live in different countries now. So, being grateful for the people that surround us, how we can put that passion and the fire back into those relationships. How can we not, this is a king that really, he kind of just jumped into the seat. They said, oh, you're the new king, get up there. And he said, okay. And he put on the crown and it doesn't fit. And he goes, we don't need a fitting now. We'll do it later. We're gonna have some fun together. Let's go. And the robe is definitely too long for him. And he doesn't care. He's laughing. He's ready to go. There's fire all around him. He's got all this energy. And with the Four of Cups here, we're kind of sitting there really close to someone that we probably care a lot about and not even realizing what they mean to us, or taking note of it. We may realize it if we thought about it. So it's a time to turn the energy, your love center, your heart, into the relationships that matter in your life. The solar eclipse, the energy that you are in right now, probably when you were watching this video, is all about your relationships, your alliances. And it's saying to not overlook the people that already surround you. And to put some fire back into that relationship, whether it's getting together for a cup of coffee or going for a walk or just chatting on the phone for a little bit, or spending some alone one-on-one time, or getting together with a group of people that you all love. Look for those kinds of opportunities. You won't regret it. For your spirituality, we have the Five of Wands for your spirituality. Through meditation, through prayer, through reflection. It's time to see where you are allowing people to keep you in that corner. It's time to fight through. And I think once you decide that you're going through, that you're not going to allow them to limit your potential, or you're gonna see the independence of what you can do, or as a group even with the Five energy. Definitely an adventure. I almost see this card as, you're the guy with the little red cape on there, right? And you are like, yeah, I'm doing this. I'm going forward. And there's others that's going, oh, no, you're not. You can't do that because you don't have the time. You don't have the money. You don't have the energy. You don't have the right supports. It's a crazy idea. What would make you even think of doing something like that? But you feel it in your gut and you know it. And I think you're taking the first steps. You're finally standing up and saying, this is what I want to do, and I know it will work. I've seen it in my mind. I've worked it out. I've planned it out. Because remember, with the 11 energy, we have to have that plan. It has to be a strong plan. It's got to have a solid foundation. But I don't think you'd be the kind to jump on a dragon and take on a crusade unless you knew for sure that there was a foundation in the first place. So it's the choir preaching to the preacher, I guess. So. Health and well-being. Look at this, the Fool. Oh, are we turning a page? Are we saying that junk food is no good for me, so I'm going to stop? Are we saying that no more coffee, no more cigarettes, no more late night parties? Are we saying I'm going to eat healthier? Are you saying you don't need all the extra nonsense? You just need to do the tried and true in order to be healthy. But I've been really getting this card as the stress release card within these readings. And how do we release stress? And it's by simplifying. It's by focusing on the truest of goals, the true goal, the true dream, the true desire. To not let other things pull you down, other people's drama. And this is a belief in yourself that you are going on a journey and it's going to be fun and it's going to be exciting and it's going to be new. It's going to be maybe a challenge, but you can handle it. This is about releasing stresses in your life. So where is the clutter in your life that you need to clean up? Where is there too much? Okay, remember that, yes, in our second house is the lunar eclipse, but that's also about completions and endings. And you might find that you've got too much furniture than you have ever needed, and you're going to simplify or downsize. Are you going to look at, I've been wasting my money here. It doesn't even make me happy. I don't know why I do that every day. Maybe it's going to get a coffee when you can make a pot for the same price. But in some way, you need to look at where you can simplify in your life. Maybe it's cleaning out the closet and giving that to a charity, to somebody who could use it and need it. Because stress is just ugly to us, okay? It can be, just depressive thoughts about ourselves, sadness, depression setting in, not wanting to move forward because what's the sense, what's the use kind of attitude, to a cold sore or maybe the flu or a cold or that pain that you've got all of a sudden in your arm or your neck or your leg or your ankle or your head, to worse. So it's about simplifying, releasing the stresses around you. Yes, it's great to help other people, but if they're not helping themselves, then you're the only one at battle for them. And trust me, you won't win if that is the case. So make sure that when you are helping people, that they are helping themselves as well. Make sure it's a two-way street. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.